Hello everybody, welcome back to the Reaction X's. Today we'll be reacting to a band all the way from Spain called Ankor, A-N-K-O-R, the song Holy Wolf. This is given to me through Raven Black. I don't think they're going to be similar to Raven Black because Raven Black is a very unique band. I have listened to a lot of metal bands and there's not very many bands that sound like them, so I don't think that's going to be like that, but I think it's just going to be a female vocalist that can deep growl and things like that. That's what I'm expecting. I've never reacted to Ankor before, so I don't know if I'm 100% on point, but we'll see. Yep. And if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you want to see more, ring the notification bell. In the description will be a link to the original video as well as the Ankor nothing because there's no Ankor playlist. By the way, everybody, at the end of the video, after I say goodbye, there will be a segment called System. It is in the timestamps below in the description, so you guys can see that it's actually there, and it's basically detailing how this channel works, how this channel operates, and how you guys are actually impacting the channel, which you guys are impacting the channel quite a bit, but you guys don't understand how I select. I don't think you guys know how I select bands, how I select time spots for the bands. This little thing that I'm showing you guys will shed some light if you're interested. Like I said, there's a timestamp. You can go view it, or you can just say, I don't care. I'm just going to watch. That's fine. Whatever you do is fine, but I want to give you guys a chance to at least be like, oh, so that's how he does it. Yep, that's how I do it. Without further ado, let's get to the video, shall we? Alright, Ankor with the song Holy Wolf. 4 minutes 22 seconds. Ankor fans, I have a timer set for a minute. After a minute, I hit pause. When I hit pause, I start giving you some analysis of what I see, what I hear, what I like, what I don't like, and then I press play again. And then I start the timer again up until the song is over. The reason I do this is for several reasons. One, it keeps the video moving along at a nice pace. It also helps prevent being blocked. And before you say anything, every band gets this treatment except for one. The band that doesn't is Baby Metal, and Baby Metal doesn't get this treatment because I like the band enough that I put up with the record label being assholes. So, yep, let's get going. Let's get to it, shall we? 3, 2, 1, and we start. From Spain, they are.
For your sins to be erased, the sacred path you must embrace. 1,000 prayers won't be enough, no matter what will be above.
Okay, so far so good. She sounds amazing. The band is on point. The band is tight. The visuals are great. I'm expecting that switch. But if I don't get it, I don't get it. And maybe we do get it, just not in this song. But I'm expecting it because there has to be something that links them with Raven Black, and I believe that might be it. Because not really the aesthetics, but that's what I'm always looking for. That's one of the things I'm looking for is the justification. I'm also looking to see if they're good, and they are. So I'm enjoying this so far. So let's keep going, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go.
Said I feel it.
heard that. I heard her put a little bit of her accent, her Spanish accent in it. I love when artists, singers do that. Some singers believe that they have to sound like you can't tell where country they're from, but it adds flavor to the vocals. It makes your voice stand out with everybody else. So I love that. That was awesome. Let's keep going. 3, 2, 1.
Holy words I cannot spell, you made me say, you made me pray, drowning in my faith.
My child, do you embrace the Lord?
My child, do you embrace the Lord? No. I've been a bad girl. For your sins to be erased, the sacred path you must embrace. 1,000 prayers won't be enough, no matter what will be above. For your sins to be erased, the sacred path you must embrace. 1,000 prayers won't be.
I'm like I've heard her go extreme a couple times, but like it's been like short bursts. I'm ready for that big long, like 15-second spit of guttural uh, sounds and stuff like that. But maybe we won't get in this video. But I think she does it, and I think she can. So let's keep going, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go.
Suck you up, bring you down. I have bloomed with roots in hell. Golden place that I could have. Holy words I cannot spell, you made me say, you made me pray, drowning in my faith. I have bloomed with roots in hell. Golden place that I could have. Holy words I cannot spell, you made me say, you made me pray, drowning in my faith.
Oh, my bad. All right, let's get to the review, shall we? All right, that was the song Holy Wolf by Ankor, a band from Spain. I think our vocals was really good. I think the instrumentation was good. The guitar solo was amazing. The drumming was awesome. The drumming was on point. I heard enough of her voice to know that she's very versatile. We just didn't like. I didn't hear enough to know how good she is at it. I just know enough that she is willing to dive into it. So I some people might look at me and be like, "You're not shocked?" It's like, well, no. If you look at my channel, I have Tatiana on my channel. As long as I have Tatiana on my channel, I will never be shocked by what any girl does vocally, or any male does vocally either. Because I also have Corey Taylor over my wall over there, so I know all things are possible. That's the one thing about the metal industry that I think is kind of cool, is that like we get exposed to so many different. There are more. I truly believe there are more subgenres of metal than there are subgenres of every other style of music. And because there is, we have metal artists that sound like her. We have metal artists that sound like Floor, like Tatiana, like Corey Taylor, like Randy Bliss, like all these other artists. We have a pirate. We have a few pirates. I'm pretty sure I've seen videos of some guy who acts like a zombie. We have a wolf, power wolf. We got everything. So, metal's the most diverse genre on the planet. Prove me wrong. That's what I thought. But yeah, anyways. FYI, at the end, once I say goodbye, at that point, the segment will come up where it's the system. In the description is a timestamp to help you understand where it is. It's always at the end. But it's basically going to help explain how things work on this channel and help you learn if you want to influence it. once I get up to 700 subscribers, I'm going to start doing some members only videos, mostly updates and stuff. But I have to get to that 700 mark, okay? I'm hoping to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So, help me get to it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you want to see more. Ring the notification bell in the description is a link to the original video. And I hope to see you all in the next video, which, by the way, is Love Bites. Till next time. Goodbye, everybody. Alright, everybody, this is the explanation video. It will be posted. It will be at the end of every video I upload this week. So, the way this is going to work, okay? You guys don't know. I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but I upload 4 times a week, or 4 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Okay? On every day, I upload at noon, 3:15, 6:30, 9:45. So it has a 3 hour and 15 minute space in between each upload. Okay? If you've noticed, the bands at noon and 6:30 have been consistent, while the bands at 3:15 and 9:45 have fluctuated, and that's how it's going to work. So, the bands at noon and 6:30 are put into a pool, okay, where after a week their numbers are locked, and I calculate them and I organize them based upon who's performed the best and who hasn't. The top 4 bands will move on to the next cycle. The next cycle, you won't. When I say next cycle, it's a cycle is 4 weeks. So the fourth 4 weeks roughly after the video air, the four after this week, you will see the results of the cycle. So, like I said, the bands at noon and 6:30 are put into a pool to claim the 4 noon slots for the next cycle. For the next segment part of the cycle, right? Meanwhile, and by the way, it changes each week, right? So this week will affect affect part of the cycle that happens 4 weeks from now, right? Next week will affect the cycle part of the cycle that happens 4 weeks from now. So, and then the way it also works is the bands at 3:15 are all bands that have been selected from a list of artists that I have that are similar to the band at noon. I look up bands that are similar. If you have a recommendation for me, I put them on the list based upon the video you reacted to. And then at 9:45, the band at 9:45 is always based upon the band at 6:30. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So the band at 3:15 is always based upon the band that's at 12 noon. The band at 9:45 is always based upon the band that's at 6:30. But here's the kicker. So I told you that the 6:30 and noon bands all get put into a pool, and the top 4 move on, become in the next cycle, and become the top 4 bands, and then the 4 bands that represent the noon cycle. You're saying, so what about the 6:30 cycle? What happens to those bands? That is what I do to the 6:30 and noon bands, I do to the 3:15 and 9:45 bands. I put them in a group, and I keep them in a separate thing. And if the top 4 from that group moves on to the 6:30. So what happens is at noon, you will always see a band that is consistent, right? That is always performing well, that is always doing well on this channel, that you guys want to see and I want to see. At 3:15, you will always see a band that is similar to one of the noon bands, that has been recommended to me because of the noon band, is on my list because of the noon band, but is always there because of them. And then at 6:30, you will always see a band that I have discovered through another group that has been given a bigger spotlight at 6:30. They've been given a second week, and normally the 6:30 is when they get their playlist, when they get their full representation on the channel as a band. And then at 9:45, same thing at 3:15, but for the 6:30. So at 9:45, the band at 9:45 will be similar to the 630. The way this all sums up, and it sounds crazy and it sounds odd, and I will post something that might help you guys better. I'll figure out something to post that might help you better. But the way to figure this all out, the way to summarize it, is your stuff matters. The way you can tell me if you want to see a band more, other than just telling me upright, is making sure you watch the videos, you like, you comment, and you share the videos so you can get other people to like and comment. If you really want, so this week one of the bands I have is Ankor. They're coming in on Friday. If you really want Ankor to succeed and make it further onto this channel, your voice needs to be heard. I need to see views, I need to see likes, comments, all that. And I think that's how all channels work. But I'm giving you the ultimate. You have the steering wheel of this channel. That's the best way I can describe it. I know I described it in a long-winded way. I know you guys think I'm annoying, but like I said, you don't have to watch this part. So, without further ado, that'll be the end of this part. This will be put at the end of every video that I upload from this week. Again, it's at the end, so you don't have to watch it. Till next time. Goodbye, everybody.